So today I'm going to be talking about some ways that you can get out of a date before the date actually happens and ways you can get out of a date when you're actually on the date. So some of you may have been put in this situation before when someone has asked you to go on a date and you may not want to go, but you say yes anyways. So some ways you can get out of a date in that case would just to be maybe to tell the person that your car broke down and you can't make it out. Also, you could just say that maybe your friends have a certain situation and they need you right now and you can't make it, and at that time they're more important. It's a little harsh, but it would work. Also, you can just say that you came down with a plague or you have a gross infection and you can't be around anyone. It's kind of nasty and that would probably scare them off. My personal favorite would to be to say, just completely ignore them. Maybe to block their number, block them on social media, do whatever you had to do just so they couldn't contact you to make an actual date. So some ways that you can scare off your date or get out of the date when you're actually on the date. To begin with, you can just start talking about your ex and how you're so in love with your ex and you can't get them out of your head and you wish that you're with them right at the moment, and that might offend them a little bit. So that would probably do the trick. You could also start saying how you're so excited about being on a date with them and you want a more committed relationship and you want them to actually commit to you, and how you're looking forward to what the future holds. And on top of that, you can also say that you have a huge, like, maybe weekend plan or a couples retreat plan that you are really looking forward to bringing your date on. Something that might scare them off a little bit would be just to start crying over anything and not be able to stop crying, and that might make them feel uncomfortable, so they might encourage you to leave the date, and after that, they might not want to call you back. So that would be okay if that was what your plan was. Something that would be a little offensive would be to ask them how much money they have in their bank account. So whatever money they say they have in their bank account, kind of laugh at it and act like it wasn't a good enough number and proceed to tell them how much more money you make than them, even if it's not the case. Also, you can, seeing how in this generation everyone loves to be on social media, everyone loves to be on their phones. As soon as you meet your date, you can start just taking pictures and posting things on Instagram and on Snapchat, and that might not make the person happy because no one wants someone that's on their phone all the time. You can also FaceTime your family and show your family the wonderful date you just had and make it seem like they're the one for you. Tell your family that this may be the one, this is the winner, and you're really looking forward to having to meet them in person. That might scare your date away, especially if it's the first date. That's a little too clingy for some people. A personal experience that had happened, and you guys could use this in the future if you're actually serious about it. One of my friends, actually, she had texted me and told me to text her and let her know it was a joke, that her friend had gotten into an accident, was in the hospital because she needed to get away from her date. So I texted her and told her that, and she was actually able to leave her date, and it worked for her. So this is my entertainment speech. My sister is my audience.
Hello.
And I hope you enjoyed.